And Mohammed, or I can take 2-3 minutes to give you a very quick brief of People
Give
Strong.
them, yeah, give them a brief of the, of People Strong,
Sure.
so they can have like an overview what it is, where it is, and stuff, and then you go to the payroll.
Definitely, definitely. So I'm just sharing my screen. I'll not take too much time because people here the value of their time as well. They have already been gone through the session. So we are People Strong. We are Middle East and Asia's most loved HR tech platform. We are a Goldman Sachs company. When I say Goldman Sachs, they have acquired a majority stake, or they have heavily invested on People Strong. So we are officially a Goldman Sachs company. We currently work with 500 plus large enterprise customers, and we have over 2 million plus users. When I say users, they are none other than employees of these 500 plus customers who are using our application. And the employees who are the end users who are using our system, HR system, have rated us 4.8 on 5 on the App Store and on the Play Store. And team, this makes us the highest rated mobile application in the enterprise HCM space or HR tech space globally as on today. And HR leaders like yourselves and IT leaders like yourselves have rated us on the Gartner's Customer's Choice Quadrant for about 4 years in a row. And this is the Gartner's emerging market quadrant for generative AI apps. So we are a technology company. We have been in existence since 18 plus years, I would say, and we have been growing year on year with evolution of technology as well. Right. So you could see here these are technology or high tech companies out there, and we are very proud to say that we are the only HR tech company in this quadrant, in emerging specialists quadrant. We have built AI. At least AI is not new for us. At least we have been building AI solutions. We have been beyond AI. We have been building agentic AI. We have been building generative AI and multi agents as well, which we have demonstrated earlier to Mr. Musab and team as well earlier, right? So we are a tech company powering enterprises. So this is our team, invested by Goldman Sachs. Mr. Sandeep is our CEO for People Strong. Mr. Pankaj is the board member of People Strong. These two gentlemen are primarily from Goldman Sachs itself, and we have Mr. Typhoon. He was the MD for SAP, for SAS, and for HP, and leading other multinational companies in the region, MD for the entire Middle East and North Africa region. He has joined People Strong with Goldman acquiring People Strong. Goldman got Mr. Typhoon as well. Under his leadership, we are now growing multifold, expanding to newer markets, etc. So, as a part of our agenda and conversations and engagement, we would also like to introduce Mr. Typhoon to the team at DMCC over the period or over the coming days as well. Right. So, with this context, what we do is these are different modules. We are a full suite system, right from recruitment, onboarding to basic HRIS to exit management, offboarding to leaves, attendance management, and all this as is an input to the payroll. And we also have other talent management suite, which is performance management, learning management, etc., along with a mobile interface or a mobile app. The mobile app also has employee self-service features, manager self-service features, and also you have the super app or the admin on the web interface for the super admins. We also have can integrate with leading other ERPs, and also have a chatbot called Genie. This Genie is also beyond a chatbot. It is also enabled with generative AI capabilities. So if an employee has any questions or on payroll elements, or he wants a pay slip, he can just directly ask or converse with the agent or the chatbot itself, right? These are some of the customers that we work with in the region, truly industry agnostic. These are some customers in the region in Middle East. We work with, I would say, National Holding, which is in Abu Dhabi. We work with Fly Dubai. We work with Oman Air, Oman Tel, the national telecom provider of Oman, just like Etisalat or do here in the region. We work with Schneider, NAFCO, the National Firefighting Company. Of course, every building has the fire safety equipments. They are the manufacturers of that. We work with NFPC, the National Food Products Company, to Prime Hospitals, Life Healthcare, the Life Retail that we see, Yas Clinic, Rivoli Group, Statistics Center in Abu Dhabi under the Ministry of Finance, SRMG, Saudi Research Media Group, Alamar Group, Shoba, Azizi, Timeless, Nabuda Automobiles is the authorized dealer for Porsche, Audi, Volkswagen. So these are some of the local companies in the region that trusts people strong, and we work and we empower them in their HR processes, employee experiences, and digital transformation initiatives from the HR perspective. Right. So with this, I would like to take a quick pause, ask you if you have any questions. Otherwise, we can directly get into the payroll side of things and then show you the payroll system itself. Any questions so far? I
I
don't
think they
think.
don't have any
No,
question. You can proceed.
Yeah.
all clear. Yeah, you can got the payroll system.
Okay. So we have been powering payroll for large employee base, including likes of Shoba Azizi, which is about 40,000 people. Alamar is about 15,000 people across multiple countries, etc. So we have been in this business for over a decade, I would say, powering 500 plus enterprises, and these are some of the capabilities that we have, including UAE and entire GCC. Now, when we look at payroll, we have broken this into three components. One is the input to the payroll, where all your inputs like your employee masters, who are the employees who are eligible for payroll, what is their pay elements, what are the leaves or the leave balances or the LOPs or time and attendance. All of this comes as an input from your system, which we will integrate to our system, and all of this flows as an input to the payroll processing. And then this is where we have the processing engine, where you can define user groups and put payroll processing logics or calculation logics. Even if you have any deductions, like if you're offering loans for employees, employees can avail for a loan, and then the employee can choose along with an approval workflow that this loan or salary advance has to be deducted in 6 months or 3 months, three installments, or 1 year installment. If there is a profit rate or an interest rate, you can also define that. Then it will automatically adjust the deductions and flow as a deduction automatically. Your airfare payments or any other payments, ad hoc payments, all of that can be also processed in the processing engine, which is the main heart, the configuration of the logics. And then we have the output, where in the output we have employee self-service, manager self-service, be it your bank reports to your WPS files, to your JVs, to the employee salary slip. All of this can be automatically processed as output. So this is our payroll engine. Currently, we are processing payroll for over 100,000 employees in the region, and we process about 1.2 million worth of paychecks every year uh, for the region and beyond as well. So this is how the technology comes in, where all your inputs comes in from our people strong modules, which
Sam,
is
can I
yeah.
take it from this
Yes,
slide?
yes,
Sam.
yeah,
Okay. Thank you so much, Sham. Let me share my screen and let me
sure,
take them through the payroll platform, right? And I would like to cover this slide with the context of DMCC, right? What we understand so far.
perfect, yeah,
Yeah. So, team, what we understood from you is your current HRMS is Oracle, right? Oracle Fusion, and you're already using Employee Masters from Oracle Fusion, right? Now, what we are going to do is we are going to replicate the HRIS data from Oracle Fusion, and we'll be integrating that to our HRIS model because we need to replicate the employee masters and organization master. And that's the first payroll input for us, right? With your cost center data, designations, band, grade, whatever, to set up the payroll, we will migrate all this information from your Oracle. Then your salary CTC data that would be migrated. Then your bank details, dependent details, employee exits will also happen from employee Oracle, and that will also get migrated. So this particular box, the first box, will be integrated with Oracle. While the second box where we have the leave and attendance related input for leave, you're already using Oracle Absence Management. Our recommendation was to have leave and attendance together because of leave and attendance can't work uh, in silos, right? End of the day, payroll is dependent on these inputs, and where your biometric is also integrated with attendance module, right? So that's the second input, which is very much important, where we calculate the LOP. I mean, in case employee is absent, then the LOP details goes to payroll, and the employee, LOP will be processed. Along with that LOP reversal, we go back to 2 months, right? Sitting today, we can check the attendance of an employee 2 months back. Means January month attendance will also be checked in case employee has gone back and regularized their attendance. So we'll be processing that LOP reversal in this particular month. The third input, which is very important, which we have seen in the industry, that most of the organizations rely heavily on the Excel files or on the emails, which is variable inputs, which is not part of your CTC or salary structures. For example, if you want to pay a bonus, if you want to pay an allowance, if you want to pay, or if you want to deduct the RTA fines or any deductions, right? So this inputs actually comes on an Excel or email, right? But in PeopleStrong, we have this also. We do have this module where you can we can give this module to department head, or for that matter any role, followed by maker checker process, means approval process, and you can have this digitize your variable inputs digitize, right? And then we have this loan and salary advance. In case you have these policies in presence in DMCC, we can also leverage this module, loan and salary advance. We believe payroll processing can happen on a single click, provided these inputs are taken care before we process the payroll during before your cutoff, right? Now, all this input goes to the payroll processing. We have this speed, 30 payslip per second. So this is how we process the, I mean, transaction is processed, means to process 1,000 employees records, we will take less than 5 minutes, right? And this is where, like Sham said, this is where all the calculations, logics, all your pay groups, pay runs, your statutory calculations are processed. I'm going to spend more time on this particular box, first box. But then at the end, the output in terms of what we have for employee is employee self-service agents, what Sham said. Then for payroll and finance team, we have these reports, and on top of that, we can build more reports. We have the reports builder also, where you can create your customized reports. Payroll journal vouchers would be generated from our uh, system, so that we can integrate back to your Oracle finance application. Right. And finally, in case any reports which is needed for the government purpose, like GUSI, PASI, or Social Security, GIPSA, that those reports would be available. Right. So this is the framework foundation for us to process the payroll. Yeah. Now I'll be covering these two aspects in very brief, how we take care of the employees, employee masters, and the leave and attendance before I show you this payroll processing part. But before that, any questions, team? Perfect. Sure. I'm proceeding with the employee screen. Now, this employee screen may not be relevant for you, because what we are going to do is, in case you're continue using Oracle Fusion, the PeopleStrong icon will be placed on the Oracle Fusion somewhere, in the tile, and we will be doing the single sign-on, right? Once the single sign-on is done, the employee will directly log into the PeopleStrong website, and this is the details page. Now we may not show all these tabs to employee, because the source of truth is still Oracle, right? But what we can show here is their benefits part, where we are capturing air ticket information and health insurance information. And in case any employee who is eligible to get the school allowance and other benefits, that also can be shown it here, only this information. So air ticket eligibility, yes, 12 months, self with spouse, kids, and all the calculations is sitting in the payroll engine. If the employee is only eligible, then how much should be the payment, right? So all these calculations are sitting in the payroll module. This is the first tab. We would love to show it to employee. Then all the pay groups, let's say you have three different payrolls, right? For example, one is for the confidential payroll, CXO's payroll, mid management. All this pay group mapping can be done from the payroll tab. The salary informations would be send it to the salary details tab here. The salary breakup will happen. But I have a question here. Do you currently store this salary details in Oracle team? Can employees see their salary structure in Oracle?
Yes.
Okay, so Oracle would be the single source of truth for making any changes in the salary information, which we will pass it to the PeopleStrong. So that's the input for us,
He
right?
cannot change them. They can just see them.
Yeah, we can even hide this particular tab, because we don't want to show the repetitive information in two different platforms, right? So we may hide this salary details tab from employees login, while in Oracle it would be available. Right? We will also fetch the family details information. I believe this is also stored in Oracle to calculate the air ticket benefits for the families, right? If because in UAE, what happens, basis the kid's age, we calculate the airfare allowance, right? So this is one area. Sorry, it is loading, taking time. Okay. The second input, what I was talking about is this leave and attendance input. So attendance, with respect to attendance, we can create the shifts, we can create the rosters, and we can actually assign the shift and rosters to the employee. And employee can come at that shift, go back to the home on the given shift, and then calculate the working hours. Will connect with the biometric system, and the output to the employee will be in this particular screen. Let me show it to you. So employee on a daily basis, in case they are marking themselves present, then the status of the attendance would show as present. In case employee has applied the leave, then the status would be the leave here, the paid leaves, unpaid leaves, and all. This is the master screen for us team, where we calculate three different things. One is the total work hours to mark employee present and absent. So this status is automatically updated based on the working hours. Second, if the employee is working more than the given hours, then the extra hours would be calculated, which will be sent to the managers, right, for OT approval. Now, OT will also be calculated automatically, and the overtime hours will be sent to the payroll from attendance module. So that's where we are again, the overtime calculations, you don't have to do it manually, right? The third information, in case employee is on leave, the leave types can be shown it here, right? So leave along with the leave type, whether it is paid, unpaid, payroll understands that they have to process the salary for the paid leaves, right? And finally, in case somebody marks themselves absent, system sends the daily reminders, weekly reminders, and monthly reminders to ensure that employee gets the notification and they come here and they regularize their attendance, right? Otherwise, in case they fail to regularize their attendance, the payroll will read this status and mark themselves as LOP, right? So this is the second input.
In the case
Yes.
of us that we don't actually have an attendance system because we're
Okay.
using negative, negative time in terms of attendance. It's like everyone is present until an entry of unpaid comes in or any other thing for
LOP
us.
comes in, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So um, we may have some form of attendance from our gate, but that is not linked to payroll.
Okay.
That's a thing. So how will it work now if there is no attendance system that is linked? Will it impact the payroll or no? That it can still independently, the payroll will still work even without the attendance system that is doing like this.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mm,
We recommend, we have found the organizations where the attendance, the payroll is heavily dependent on the attendance, right? And that's where this scenario comes where how the leave and attendance inputs can be synchronized with payroll in a streamlined way, right? In your case, if you are not using attendance and if you are following a positive attendance method, then it may not be relevant for you here, right? So you
mm,
will not be able to see this screen, and whatever the LOP means unpaid leave or whatever the inputs you have to give it to payroll, there is an API available in payroll where we can take that input either through integration or you can, once in a month you can come here and upload the employee records here who is on the LOP. Unless you upload that LOP record, employee will be treated as present for all the days. The salary will be paid to the employees,
mm,
right?
mhm.
So we can also delink the leave and attendance from here and upload it in payroll separately too. That option is available. But tomorrow, in case you want to introduce attendance method, it is already here with us, right? So you don't
Mhm.
have to subscribe to third-party applications,
Yeah, okay.
right? Now this is the second input. The third input, which was a more important input, is this variable input where I discussed the department head. Consider yourself as the department head, and you have so many employees whom you want to give a bonus. Now, typically in a scenario, you will prepare those inputs on an Excel and send it on the email, right? Now, if we give this variable input screen as a department head, I can either give that input for one employee at a time, or I can have an option to upload that particular Excel here from the system itself, right? So variable bulk upload is also possible, but what if they want to give it to one employee? So they can select here, they come here, and whatever component is assigned to them, for example, they're only eligible to give bonus component, so they'll in the drop down they'll only see the bonus component, they'll not see all these components, all other payroll components, right? So bonus is an addition type. I will as a department head, I will say, okay, I want to pay this particular bonus on a monthly basis for the next 3 months, let's say 300 dirhams, right? So immediately system calculates, okay, this is the payment schedule for this particular employee, and it has to go on a monthly basis to payroll. So they don't have to remember, or they don't have to on a monthly basis send this input. Now they have recorded that particular action in the system, right?
Okay, one
Once
thing
they
here.
Mhm.
Sorry, for the bonus, it doesn't come from the head of department, so it comes from the HR team only.
That's fine. That's fine. I was giving the example. So whoever is responsible to give you this inputs, we will give this access to those particular role, right? So for
Okay,
example, if you are only allowed to give bonus, then this screen access will be given to you, right? While
okay, and we can
depart
upload one file for all employees.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay,
So there is a bulk upload facility available, right? Now, on top of this, what happens? Let's say in a policy, you cannot go beyond, let's say, 5,000 dirhams bonus, right? For example, our system will also ensure that this monthly amount cannot go beyond 5,000, right? So there is a ring fencing validation available here, right? You can have the reasons, remarks from the drop down, but not only the addition type, but the deduction type can also be added here. Now, when you upload this particular record, it actually goes to the approver, and approvers can also validate that. And end of the day, you will be able to see this variable history for all the employees. So whatever employees have got in the payroll, you can come here and you can actually see the entire history. Who has given what, who has approved, what was the frequency, right? So for the audit records, this particular screen is very, very helpful, right? So this is the third input of variable payment. But any questions, team, on this? How are you currently doing this? Is it manual? Will HR needs to follow up with the department heads to get this input? How are you currently doing it?
for the bonus.
Not bonus, but any component which is not part of their salary. It could be fines also. It could be any components including bonus.
Yeah, the payroll team adds it from the back end. So the head of department doesn't have access to any employee's salary.
Okay. No, so
It's
the
added by
payroll,
the payroll team.
it's added by the payroll team, but who
Yeah,
gives those inputs to the payroll team?
depends. HR business partner usually.
Okay, so this screen access and HR business partner should also be getting this input from somebody, right? Because they have to get it from the business, those
Yeah,
inputs, right? Right? Okay, so that business, those business, consider that business is actually using this particular screen, and then HR business partner is actually coming here and then validating that before it goes to payroll. And then third level, payroll is also validating these inputs. So it's like that process. We can have
oh,
three
okay.
levels of maker checker process here. So tomorrow, the HR business partner don't have to follow up with the business. Business can come here, upload their inputs, goes to HR business partner from the system. HR business partner verifies that, and it goes to the payroll team, right? So it's a streamline information. You don't have to manually upload this. So we are taking out your time, HR business partner's time, and payroll team's time as well.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. So so this was the third input team, and finally then there is a loan and advance. I don't know whether you have the loan or advance policy, but in case you introduce it tomorrow, then we configure the loans and advance as per company requirements, where we categorize the loan in different category. There could be a different loan types. For example, I'm applying for, let's say, salary advance or loans. I can come here and I can simulate how what if I want 60,000 dirhams. I'm ready to pay it for 4 years, and then what could be the interest and what could be the EMI breakup. All right. Now, this EMI breakup goes to payroll automatically, and every month payroll understands that they have to deduct this particular EMI amount from the salary, right? And we can configure this particular loan as per requirement, where you can set up like maximum installment cannot be more than 6 months, for example. Maximum loan amount limit can be 10 times of your salary, right? Interest rate can be zero, for example, right? The EMI amount you can actually configure the entire loan application, because we believe HR also responsible, in bringing out that policy where employee can request advance or loans, etc. And we have the digital platform for that as well, right? Uh, Now, employees will also be able to see, in case you introduce that policy, they will also have the transparency to see what is the balance left, how many EMIs they have paid so far. In case they want to skip the loan, they can do that. In case they want to foreclose the loan, they can do that. So anything you can do with your own banks, the employees can do it from this platform, right? Followed by the approval workflow. Any questions on the inputs part, team?
If there is a rule, are there any validation rule into the when because for us we have salary advance, right? So an
Mm-hmm.
employee can take 3 months salary advance and it's repayable for let's say 12 months for that. But you can only take it every 3 years or every 5 years, for example. So if an employee applies,
Mm-hmm.
let's say, and then applies in the first year, so in short, the person cannot take it in the next 3 years. But then on the second year applies again, will it stop them from applying because they are not entitled to have this facility,
There
or
are
will it
multiple.
actually go to payroll and then the validation happens there?
No, so all the validations can happen here on this particular screen before it reaches to the payroll, right?
Okay.
But here, the validation in terms of status, for example, if your loan is already going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is in progress, right? That validation where you cannot apply another loan because you have already taken a loan. So that particular
Mm-hmm.
validation is already in place, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to go back and check, sir, if we can validate it for the 3 and 5 years, for example, right? After 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
also there can be a status where employee is already having one loan which is running, but still employee wants to apply, and in that case, you want the employee to apply that. I mean, you don't want you know employee will still go back and apply for the loan even if the status is running, right? If
Mm-hmm.
it is in WIP. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I will check that particular validation too.
Okay.
Sure. Okay, so this is where I completed this input part team. Now payroll processing part. This particular part is actually a payroll department's work, right?
Can you show
Where
us one more thing, please?
sure.
When it comes to educational reimbursement, let's say, do you have any sample for that?
Yeah. Let me show you that.
Because for us, the employee submits it in the system, then it goes directly to the payroll team, and they validate the details.
They don't have to validate it in payroll, because in the expense module, what we have is we can build those validations then and there itself on this particular screen. For example, we can configure multiple expense type. Let it load, team. Yeah, we can validate multiple expense type, and that you can see it from here. Yeah, so travel expense, local conveyance, one of the expense type or one of the benefits type can be your education allowance also. But consider that employee is applying for local conveyance, right? Now this local conveyance, while this form can be customized as per your requirement, what we have is they need to upload the PDF file or the bill. The system will parse that detail and entire detail will be uploaded here on this. The form will be pre-filled with the PDF, right? And then the expense summary will be loaded here, right? Now, once the employee uploads this can go to the finance, right? So finance will receive the notifications, finance will receive everything, and finance will actually, okay, let me show you one of the example.
Okay,
Yeah, so
because
this
also for us, it doesn't go to finance,
Okay,
only
this
HR.
doesn't go to finance. Okay, so HR, consider yourself as an HR, right? So in the HR will get this screen, right? The expense summary, how it is, and what employee has actually requested, right? All this particular form will be loaded for the HR to review. And if there are any policy violation, because this policy you will be setting up as per band, grade, designations, or for that matter, any employee types, right? Now, system will also validate in case there are any policy violation. If no, then system will not flag that. And you as an HRBP will have the approval screen, approve button here, and it will get approved, right? We recommend the finance to also be included before they actually get it in the payroll here itself, right? On this particular screen, where they can also approve and then they can pay it through payroll. So we can also add the third level of approval here, which is finance.
So
It's always HR.
for us, we're not processing anything like an operational expense. It's only benefit entitlement.
Mm.
Only the benefit entitlement.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
And these
so
things
it's
gets paid. Okay.
so because it's a separate process for local travels, it's a separate process for different team for credit card, that's with finance, but for payroll, for HR, it's only purely benefit reimbursements.
Okay. Got it. Got it. And this particular operational expenses are paid through finance then. Accounts payable team must be paying that, right?
Yeah, I mean, like if there's some credit, if there's some personal claim, reimbursement, and other fines, I
Got it.
think that's done through them,
Got it.
not with us.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So for benefits, so the way I have shown you expenses here, there would be an option of having the benefits here, where the employees can themselves, apply for that. I mean, they can see the benefits and they can upload the bills, receipts, and the same thing would be passed to the payroll for
Mhm.
processing.
And the form, you can customize the form. For example, let's
Ah,
say for education, because education is the most tricky part for us.
correct.
You need to identify the child, what category that you are in terms of the items. For example, in
Hmm.
education, you would have school fee, transportation, or books or stationaries like this, where they need to categorize as well.
Correct. Correct. So since we are already capturing the family details, right, for also the airfare and also for the school with the
Mm,
kids' age and everything, right? Configuration of this form is possible, right? We are
yeah.
also if you can share your policy also, we can go back and exactly customize the form the way you want, because what we have seen in UAE is most of the customers are actually having this policy streamlined, right?
Mm,
Where
mm,
they get the tuition fees and the transport fees and these fees are not covered, or
mm,
most of the organizations are also like, we will pay during the January month, and when you submit the bills, then we will actually pay it, I mean, actually recovered or pay on a pro rata basis, something like that. Most of the
mm,
customers are also using. So without bills, the organizations are also paying. So hence we are also, for example, so team, currently we are also in the development phase of developing that particular form. Rather than saying developing, we are streamlining that form, right? Because
mm,
the form is different for different customers.
mm, mm, yes.
Yeah.
A question
Okay.
regarding air ticket. Right?
Sure.
So air ticket, we would have different class, and then it would depend on the age, right? So you have business class, economy class, you have destinations, and then you have adult, child, and infant fares.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for us, it's not paid one time. It's paid. It's we have the value that you
Mm-hmm.
have for your destination and class for
Mm-hmm.
you and your dependents, and then we divide
Mm-hmm.
it into 12, so you will receive it monthly. Now,
Okay.
will the system be able to automatically calculate if there's a change based on the age, change of fare? Like if you're an infant now, then after a couple of days you become a child. Will the system recalculate on a prorata on the time before you become when you're still an infant, and then from the time you become a child, based on the new rate from that point and then henceforth?
Correct. So again, the input comes from the family details tab where the kid's age is added, right? Because we are capturing the date of birth, not the kid's age. Basis the
Correct.
kid's date of birth, we are
Mm,
calculating the age, right? Now, in between
mm,
the year, if the kids is passed to, let's say, two, I mean, in the different slab. For example, we are setting up this slab here in
mm,
child airfare. We're
mm,
setting up this slabs here, right? And this is
mm,
configurable slabs. So tomorrow
mm,
you can have a different policy. Now, as soon as we see that child has turned from, let's say, 5 years, 5 years to 6 years within this
mm,
anniversary month. Now, from turning the 5 years, for example, the child is turning 5 years in the month of August, right? Now, one Jan to August month, there might be a different airfare, and August to December month, there would be a different airfare depending on this particular slab. So first 8 months, maybe 50%, like in this example, and from August to December month, 100% entitlement would be given to the airfare. Yeah, so this logic is already inbuilt, team.
No, okay. Let me be a little more specific on the situation.
Hmm.
Let's say in June 17, this infant will turn into a child.
Okay.
Let's say. The question here would be is like, will the system give the value from June 1, because we're paying monthly value, right? From June 1 to June 16 based on infant, and from June 17 to the end of the month as the new fare. So it prorates based on the on where they actually changed the bracket.
Very good question, sir. 99% it is possible. I'm sure about this, but I'll have to go back and check because I haven't tested this scenario. But I'll
Mm,
I'll go back and check. Asham, if you can note this question down, please.
Sure.
Yeah.
On this case, yeah.
Yep.
Just
Could
to-
you just verify, is it on that, or is it based on the month? For example, let's say on June, this this becomes a child fare, and it takes the full child fare amount instead of the infant.
Correct. And if you're paying this airfare on a monthly basis, then you'll be end up paying higher amount, right? If this scenario is not tackled in the product. So
Mm-hmm.
I also understand that because this is an important scenario to be tackled.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Correct, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Sure. Okay, so I'm in the payroll configuration page now, team, and this is where our team will come and our team will understand how is your entities are spread in DMCC. If in case you have multiple legal entities, all these legal entities is something we will configure here along with the address file, bank account, cost center, logos in case multiple legal entities uses multiple logos on the payslip, right? So this is first and foremost important configurations. Then the configurations are related to pay group. Pay groups are in case you're like I said, you are running different payrolls for different group of people, then we group those people in the pay groups and then we attach this pay group to the employees. Now this pay group definitions can differ for different can have a different policies altogether. For example, pay cycle, we can have monthly payroll, bi-monthly, weekly, fortnightly. I believe you're only processing monthly payroll and FNF payroll right now, right? This pay group configurations can have the currencies, OT rates can be different for different pay groups. The leave formula, gratuity calculations can be different within the company. These calculations can be different for different set of people, right? So all these configurations goes in the pay group here. Now, pay group is very important for us to configure the entire payroll. For example, the next thing what we configure is pay run. Now, depending on your attendance cutoff date and payroll cutoff date, we configure this pay group as per your requirement. So your payroll can be 1 to 30th, while your attendance can be 21st or 22nd or 24th, right? When you actually upload the data and then you assume the 6 days attendance in the payroll processing, right? So this is the parent configuration, and parent can be different for different countries, different pay groups here. Uh, we so in case you have the local employees presence now in UAE, we have the social security, which is GIPSA, right? And here we configure the slab for the social security. Now tomorrow, in case there is any changes in the slab, this is the screen where we actually go ahead and add those changes, employee contribution. In case employee for different employee types, there could be a different slabs also. For example, the employee who is joining new, they will start with 6%, for example. But the employee who is joining, who is experienced, they will carry forward the earlier percentage, right? Pension type. So that old pension and new pension configurations can also be done here. Then the slab configuration, which I have already shown you. So in case you have different airfares, right? The different airfare sectors and the amounts. So all the definitions we can upload it here. The sector information, the amount information. And this is again can be uploaded and can be entered from the front end. Second is your child fare. Again, depending on the child, 0 to 2, 2 to 12, 12 to 18 maybe, right? Those brackets can be set up here and the percentage can be calculated basis this. Uh, then you have the gratuity entitlement. Your gratuity can be different for different services. Like in UAE, we have 0 to 3 years slab and 0 to 1 year, and then more than 0 to 5 years and more than 5 years, right? So those slabs can be configured. So all these configurations are available, which my team will come and configure this. Finally, in the configurations, we configure this maker checker workflow. When I say maker checker, you as a maker, you will process the payroll, which will go to checker with the notifications and the push notifications. They will also have an access to the system to verify all the records, verify the reconciliation, and then approve or reject or send back. Right, all these options would be available for the checker. Finally, with the admin, I mean, we can have 10 levels of approval here on the on the pay groups, right? We also understand your pay heads, how many pay heads you're currently processing, uh, be it your basic, HRA, your allowances, bonus, etc., etc. Now, again, whatever pay heads we are mentioning here, we have the formula builder. For example, in leave encashment cases, we take the leave count as a input, and then we build the formula here for the leave encashment. We can build any kind of formula in case you are paying the commission. The commission input can come, and all the commission formula can run from this particular payroll system, right? Part of leave salary, part of SSO, show on salary register. Some components you want to show it on salary register. Some components you want to hide it from the salary register or from the pay slip. For example, provisions, right? Provisions, you do not want to show it on the pay slip, but it can still be calculated as a provision somewhere in the system, right? So this is the pay head settings team. Finally, for the payroll team, this particular screen is very important. Salary process makers page, right? Now this salary process regular. So we can run three different kinds of salaries from this platform, which is your monthly regular salary for different categories or different pay groups. We can run different payrolls. You can run the full and final settlement, and you can run the off cycle processing. A question from my side, team. Do you also process the leave advance salary or the bonus salary in off cycle way?
No, it comes in the during the payroll period.
You process that during the regular payroll itself.
Yeah, for bonus, which happens once a year, that happens at the time of the payroll. But for us, its final settlement um, is a different time than the payroll. So final settlement
So
happens at the 15, payroll happens um, after that, and then payout is on the 24th.
fantastic. Cool. And there is no scenario where you are processing off cycle. For example,
Rarely, rarely. It
rarely.
happens,
Okay.
yeah, but it's rarely.
Perfect, perfect. Now, this is the screen where most of the time payroll processor, because all these configurations, settings, and formulas, the priority deduction formula, hold salary is something you have to, on a monthly basis, you have to
Mm.
see whose salary you need to hold, right? But most of the time, the team will spend here on this screen to process the payroll. Now, processing payroll is very easy. System actually shows in case you have already processed the payroll, and in case the payroll is also sent for the approval. So the payroll will be locked for that particular month if it is in the approval stages, right? In case, since you're not using attendance card will not be shown. The hold employee, somebody have resigned and you don't want to process their payroll, that input can also come from Oracle, and we can upload that input here, and the employees can be put on hold. That is one way. Second way is the using the hold salary feature directly, right? Now, system actually creates the batches. Whenever you process the salary, system actually creates the batches, and it shows how many employees you have already processed versus how many employees you are ready to process the salary, right? And it actually shows the batch details also, how many salary you have actually processed, gross salary, net salary, fixed salary, right? Variable amount, etc. Now, before even processing this, team, I'm showing you one screen which we are launching soon, right? Which is in the roadmap, which is this screen. Let me show it to you. Yeah. Yeah, so there would be a pre-payroll dashboard for the payroll processor where the team will actually get all the information from this screen. How many new joiners were added in this process? How many employees got exited in this process? They can actually come and download. In case there are any attention which is required, for example, non-compliant data, we didn't get the bank account details or we didn't get the important identification details, all the non-compliant data, and this is configurable. What you call non-compliant is something you need to configure that, right? So all this data will be shown it here, and then this is the screen where you will be using for processing the payroll also. So you resolve the issues then and there itself. Once you resolve the issue, you come here and simulate the payroll, right? And the payroll processing will happen. So we are launching this screen very soon, team, right? Now the output, in case I would like to spend some time on the output part because yeah, so output in terms of salary slip, team. First salary slip, let's say we have processed the salary for one employee who got unpaid leave, right? We have processed the data along with unpaid leave. We will show the details here. What was the paid days considered? What was the LOP considered? In case they have reversed the attendance, how many days of attendance got reversed? All these informations can be shown it here. In case you are processing the overtime hours will also be shown it here, right? Now, all this payslip will show you the earning part and deduction part. Along with that, in case there is an LOP, what was the date of that LOP so that the employee can go back and apply maybe the paid leave and whatever the action employee has to take, they can take it from the Oracle application. But we are showing this information transparently to the employee. This is one report. The other report is before we even process the salary, we actually show you this variance report. So variance report can be different for different employees, right? Sorry. Okay, let me show it to you. So this is for one employee. So in case you are downloading this variance report for 3 months, 2 months, right? So system will show you three columns: what you paid last month, what you are paying this month, and what is the difference between last month and this month, right? Not only this, but this report will also show you why there is a change in salary. For example, this particular remarks is salary structure change, and then the employee might got the bonus using the variable payment module, right? So we are showing these remarks also transparently before you even process the payroll. In case employee has marked absent, right, LOP, the LOP details can also be shown on the variance report. This variance report is available for the salary register, for the pay heads, and also the department wise. This variance report is available. Then there are provision reports available, airfare provisions. Since you said you are paying it on a monthly basis, so the provision report will also show that the monthly amount, how much amount you are provisioning, right? So these are the reports. I will share this folder with you, team, because there are multiple reports like such, right? I wanted to cover one more payslip here. So end of service, let's say we got the inputs from Oracle that this employee FNF needs to be processed. The exit details is already being pushed to PeopleStrong platform. All these exit related details like separation reason, bank account details, joining date, last working date, the days, LOP days, paid days, leave encashment days, all these days would be uploaded, right, in PeopleStrong platform, or it can also be integrated. Now here you can see the leave encashment is being added in the salary slip. Also, in case you have holded the salary of this employee last month, we are releasing this salary in this month, right? So the release salary can also be shown here. Now, this leave encashment and the gratuity and the airfare amount, in case you want, in your case, airfare is not, airfare is not you will not have airfare details because you are paying this amount on a monthly basis, right? Unless and until you are recovering that amount, but there won't be any cases where you want to recover the airfare amount from employees. But leave salary, whatever calculations you want to show, this is how employee will get an idea that this amount is calculated based on this calculations because of this particular input. Similarly, the gratuity calculations, the slabs, gratuity slabs can be defined. During one-time migration, we will also upload the LOP details of the employees so that the gratuity can be calculated according to the labor law. Because the LOP details are must to calculate the gratuity details. So we're showing this information transparently to the employee so that there would still be a questions from the employee side, but then whatever level of transparency we can provide through the payslips, we are showing that on the payslip team. Any questions, team? Team DMCC, any questions?
From my side, Leah, do you have any?
No questions from my side.
Sure. Is it solving your problem? What are the challenges you're facing? Is it solving those challenges what you're currently facing, or would you like me to cover different aspects? Uh, let me know, team.
Leah, maybe you can cite one example of, what the system cannot calculate. For example, like change of benefit, addition of dependent, when it's backdated and proration and something like that. I think you guys have that technical problems.
So any changes you want to make, is that what you are referring to? As an employee or as a manager, if
As an employee, let's say an employee have a change of entitlement
correct.
and there's a back date. Um, and there's some proration that needs to happen because the value changed. Or an addition of this, let's say, I think air ticket, the airfare is the one that's complicating a lot as well.
Yeah, so say there is a new bond, then as an employee, I register the new bond. It has to go through a workflow or an approval, and then there is an entitlement for the airfare for the new bond from the following year, something like that.
Yeah, and for the airfare, we usually pay when an employee completes his first year in the
Correct.
company. Then after that, we start paying it on a monthly basis.
On a monthly basis, pro rata, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so first year completion is mandatory in UAE as per UAE law. So that is something we are currently doing. So air ticket frequency can be set up on the anniversary month. Next year onwards, each employee, for example, if I'm completing my anniversary on, let's say, 17 June, like Sir said, then in the June month salary, I will still get June month airfare along with my anniversary completed airfare allowance. Is it?
in June, you will receive your air ticket allowance for the full
For the
year.
year, for the full year,
Okay,
correct.
then you will receive the prorated amount from 17 till 30 of June.
Okay.
So
Okay.
let's say it's 1,000 dirhams. You'll get 1,000 dirhams plus 1,000 divided by 12 months
12
divided by
into
30
number of
days
days work.
times
Yeah,
the number of days.
correct, correct, correct. Okay, got it. I'm noting it down, team, so that I can go back and check this. But the scenario what Sham said, right? Adding the family members. Let's say you want to add a newborn details here. So I believe the master record will still be in Oracle, and from Oracle we will fetch this particular details along with date of birth and is air ticket eligible, flag. And then system will calculate the amount on a pro rata basis. Now, a question from my side, team. Now I have completed anniversary, right? And I am now getting the entitlement on a monthly basis. Now I'm adding my kid's information who is just newborn. Now, will I be getting the newborn air ticket eligibility allowance from that month itself, or do I have to again wait for a year to uh get that amount?
No, you get it from the effective date that you add in the system.
You added in the system. So the moment you add the airfare, so this effective date is being considered,
Yes.
right? Okay, okay, that's fine. I mean that's typically is the normal scenario.
Yeah, and let's
I'll have
say
to.
that
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's
go
say
ahead, go
that
ahead.
the child that his eligibility is for the infant airfare, let's say, before the employee completes the first year, and then when the employee completes that first year, the child becomes eligible for the child airfare. Okay, then we will pay him based on the child airfare, not the infant airfare.
Okay. For example, okay, so I understood this scenario also, but then it will
So
also
Atul,
be paid from the
basically,
effective date, right?
yeah, but Atul, basically the crossing of the age, right? When an infant, the age is crossed from the date of birth to a
Yeah, that
child, then
scenario, that
yeah,
scenario. Okay, okay, that scenario we noted down earlier. But then there could be multiple other scenarios, and now I'm understanding why it is complicated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So most of the scenarios are possible. The only scenario which we need to go back and check is this, the mid-month, slab change, and then paying it as per pro rata. Second is converting the annual airfare to the monthly airfare after anniversary completion. So there would be two policies running at all the times, right? One set of employees following anniversary before 1 year of completion, and while the second set of following is monthly. Okay.
Yes. And even when
Any?
someone leaves the company,
Mhm.
the amount also will be paid based on the number of working days. So if they left on the 17th, they will get paid till the 17th only.
Correct. So this scenario still is applicable number of days, right? If they exit the system 1 year prior, 1 year before,
No,
without even completion 1 year.
if they leave before completing 1 year, they don't get the amount.
Actually, they don't get the amount. Okay.
No. But
But then,
if they leave, let's say after completing that 1 year, and we're considering that they left on the 17th of June, they will get the air leave passage from 1 to 17 only. So it's gonna be paid based on 17 days, not the full months.
hmm, got it. Got it.
Similar to
Okay.
salary, right? So
Okay.
until their last working day, so to say.
Last
Yes.
working till the last working date, there'll be so yeah. Okay, I will create a note of all these questions, and I have my responses added in the next column, right? And 99% I'm sure we will be able to solve that. But I'll officially respond on these questions through an over an email.
Okay, one more question for the benefits. Let's say we're considering the educational allowance benefit.
Mm-hmm.
When someone leaves the company, we consider the total number of days of the term as well as the total number of working days of that employee within a year.
Okay.
And we're considering the receipt also, receipt date.
Receipt
So,
date. Okay.
yeah. So in that case, will the system be able to do the deduction based on the pro rata?
How are you currently doing it? Is it from Oracle or you're doing it manual checks here,
Yeah, we're doing
ma'am?
it manually.
You're doing it manually. So the
Yeah.
system which I have shown it to you, right, the expense system, in this system we can set all those validations, right? Number of years, number of months. But before I actually give you the confirmation whether we really will be able to do it because it seems complex, I would like to study the policies first, right? What exactly the validations you are performing manually. That is something I want to understand first.
Okay.
If you can give us the policy, right? Then maybe we'll be able to quickly revert on that as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Sham, is it possible to get the policies from the team? Sorry, not Sham, team DMCC.
Probably Avirat can help.
Yeah, Avirat, if you can help to get this particular policy only, where we are the education allowance policy only. Yeah, it seems complex at DMCC, hence I'm requesting that.
The policy in itself, you won't see it from there. I think what the team can give you is a scenario, the complex scenario where it actually happens,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that.
right? Because the things of the policy is like your entitlement for an education. That's basically it. But then the actual mechanics of recovery, it's not within the policy.
Oh, okay, okay, got it, got it.
So this is purely, in practice, what's happening. I mean, maybe in the case of this scenario, for example, in the form itself, if it can identify like, okay, what term it is, and this term is from which date to what date, and then this payment is from what date to what date. I mean, at the time when the form is being uploaded by the employee, and then when the employee leaves, it would cross-check against all claims, and if there's any overlapping claims on the on those periods against the last
Existing
working day,
records, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So your last working days against your inclusive period of claim. If anything that goes beyond that, if it's recorded there in the form itself, if it can actually do a calculation from there. Because I do, because if it's not in the form, there's no other basis where the system can calculate it. It has to be entered somewhere.
correct, correct. And then you also need to recover that amount in case the employee is exiting the system. I mean, while you must have paid for that particular term, but between the term the employee is leaving and you have to recover that amount as well.
Yeah, it's like unpaid. When the employee leaves, your all unpaid records will be pulled out, right? And then form part of the calculation. Similarly, for any kind of other recoveries, um, anything that's been advanced as a recovery. For example, like this education is the usual thing for us, and we have maybe another benefit, which is the well-being for that. Maybe a salary advance uh, if there's something that's it. So those kind of that has a um, future claim needs to be claimed back.
Sure. When exactly this education allowance is paid to the employee, is this activity once in a year or wherever? So this window open, sorry,
Yeah,
over to.
yeah. Whenever they would like to play.
So you have this window open for entire year for employees to upload the bills
Yes.
or claim. Okay, okay. And okay, so what if the term is starting from January month, employee has forgotten to upload the claims, right? For that particular term, they can still come back in the next term, which is April, and get the last month fees, I mean claims, right?
Yeah. Because you're still talking about the school term. right? So they may pay
Mm.
it now, but then next month, if it's still part of the school term, then it would still form part of it. They can still claim it.
Okay, okay, okay. I
So,
got the scenario now.
yeah, so that's why on Leah's example, right? On that case, you got the school term that you need to take into consideration. Then you got your school year. Sorry, what's the other one, Leah? I forgot.
School term, the entitlement, yearly entitlement, and the receipt.
Hmm. The coverage of the receipt
Yeah.
from which term it is.
Yes.
Mm, mm. So yeah,
Sure. Okay, okay. I
Right.
understood. I understood the
Mm.
scenarios. Yeah.
So we will get back, team, on these scenarios with our responses in detail at the earliest. Yeah.
so maybe from the payroll, we could come up with maybe 4 kind of complex scenarios and then see if it can be addressed from your side.
Sure, sure. If you can help us note down those complex scenarios, Roberto, it would be very, very helpful for us also to give you very transparent view whether we'll be able to solve those problems, right? So please help us in drafting those scenarios. Yep. Over to you, Sham.
All right. So I think,
Team, one more thing, please,
yeah,
for
yeah,
the
please.
pension. For the pension, for the EE nationals, we have two groups. We have a group which pension contribution is 5%, and the second group which pension contribution is 11%. Okay,
That's
so
fine. Yeah.
okay, when one of those group takes an unpaid leave, for the 11%, we don't deduct any amounts from the employee as an additional amount. But for those who fall under the 5%, let's say they have taken one unpaid leave, we deduct the employer pension contribution from the employee for that one day also.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so we need to check if your system will also be able to separate those two groups also.
No,
Because
this is possible. This is possible. This we can do this scenario. That is
okay,
not a problem. Yeah.
okay. Thank you.
All right, team. I think we are well past time, but thank you. Really appreciate your interest and the engaging conversations. Quick question that I have is, what do you advise as next steps? We have sent a few documents details. We will connect back on these responses as well. But meantime, any inputs for us, any feedback, thoughts that will also help.
For now, we're still assessing, um, different solutions.
Mm.
Most likely we'll get some clarity by end of the week of all of our, what we are looking at, then we'll have an internal deliberation, and then we will need to present it to our management, to the HR and to the IT management
Yeah.
on the outcome of all of the discussions. And that's why our payroll team is also part of the assessors, because they're the one who knows the system more between current and what are the what are out there right now, kind of
Yeah.
thing. So we'll definitely have, at least by next week, we are targeting to present it to our management, and then we'll see from there. For now, I think we're very close to all of what we need to assess by end
Sure.
of the week.
Sure. Great. In parallel, Roberto and team, just to bring you or give you the information, we have sent an feature list, an Excel sheet, basically a feature list. If you want, you could use it for your evaluation or RFP process, because we have been helping companies do that. in the past as well, build RFPs and things like that. So you can use that if you want to take that route. And parallelly, I just wanted to highlight that Mr. Typhoon, who is our SVP, Senior Vice President, he has worked earlier with DMCC, not as an employee, but in some capacity with the CEO and various other teams, probably the IT team is what I understand. So he was very excited to connect back and have this conversation. So I would request if we can help us with an executive connect. Of course, he would like to meet you all and probably over a quick 15-20 minute um, a quick chat that will also help sometime at your office.
I think we'll do that. We'll do that once we've done with, with our leaders.
Yeah.
Because we need to get their direction, what they want, right? Before we take any other further step. And, we want to be optimal with everyone's resources.
Yes.
We have so many things in our plate, and then with so little time, and then they expect us to, accelerate a lot of things at the same time.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we very
100%.
much what we do.
All right, sure. We'll stay connected and we will circle back. Atul, one last thing. Do you want to quickly 2-3 minutes show the agent or the chatbot?
Sham,
Because
I think yeah, we can show that.
so team, do you have 2-3 minutes? Will not take much time, but just wanted to show you very unique capability as well. I saw Atul pulling up the screen, but then the conversation headed somewhere.
Yeah, okay. Let me quickly take 2 minutes time. So team, we are also in the process of launching this particular agentic capability for the payroll for employee, right? So employees are typically raising these questions to payroll team, HR team, and they don't know whom to reach out when things fall apart, right? So this agent is actually helping them. For example, I just have added this question: analyze my Jan 2026 payslip. Now, this agent has actually gone back and checked my pay slip, which is already available in my payroll, in my payroll, and have given me, okay, this is your net pay calculation, and this is your deductions, right? Now, I don't understand why this deduction is. So I can come here and I can actually converse with this particular chat bot, you can say, and I can ask questions. I can mold the questions the way I want, right? The idea is to again help employees to give the transparency in case they want to understand about their educational benefits, in case they want to understand their pro rata calculations, the leave and attendance related questions, right? All these tasks the payroll agents can do. And more on that. So, for example, here you can see the breakdown, right? I as an employee, I don't understand what was the background breakdown of these deductions. So, system has actually gone back and pulled out. Okay, this is because the breakdown is because of this, right? Now I can actually compare my salary with last 3 months, 4 months, right? And I can have these stories also, right? These stories are related to India context now, but we can also build this story as per UAE context. For example, what are my benefits as per my grade band, right? Whether I am eligible to get the airfare, I'm adding the child or infant, how much, when will I get the benefits? So all these real-time questions which employee might have, rather than going back to the policy, they come here and they get the answers from these particular agents, right? So this is what I wanted to cover in nutshell, team. Yes, Sham, if you want to add anything.
I think yeah, pretty much this is it. Thank you, team. I hope this was helpful.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Very much for giving us this extra time for showing us a lot of things, and then we look at the payroll with the payroll. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, team. We look forward to
Thank
hearing
you.
back from you and staying connected. Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much,
Thank
team.
you.